I'm going to call the meeting to order of the directors, the meeting of the directors of the Empire State Newmarket Corporation for Tuesday, January 24th, 2017. Of course, I'd like to note for the record that I will be the acting chairman for today's meeting. Further, I'd also like to note that this meeting is being webcast and that we welcome public comment on the items on our agenda. The directors have received the relevant written materials in advance of today's meeting and are free to ask questions at any time. Before we begin with the substantive portion of the meeting, I'd like to ask the directors whether anyone has any potential conflict of interest with respect to any of the items on today's agenda. I have none. Anyone else? No. So I'd like to I would ask you to please make any appropriate disclosures for the record at this time. We will then be sure that you can recuse yourself, but since everybody has said there are no conflicts, we'll move on. And I want to say this is the second meeting in what, 10 days, John Evan? And I'm assuming, tell me if I'm wrong to assume this, that because of my commentary about upstate in the last meeting, you thought, well, we better have a quick one to show some love to upstate. And I have to tell you that this agenda item is certainly very, very important to upstate in general and Western New York specifically. And John Evan, I'd like to ask you to talk about the agenda item which relates to the National Comedy Center project in Jamestown.
Sure, thank you, and good afternoon. This is a request for authorization to adopt the proposed general project plan, authorization to allocate Newmarket's tax credits and take related actions, and determination of no significant effect on the environment. Empire State Newmarket Corporation requests the approval to authorize an allocation of up to $11 million in federal Newmarket's tax credits to be used for a portion of the cost of equipment necessary to outfit a new National Comedy Center. The National Comedy Center, Inc., formerly known as the Lucille Ball Desi Arnaz Center, Inc., was established in 1996 for the purpose of utilizing a portion of the late Lucille Ball's estate to establish the Lucy Desi Museum in a small Jamestown storefront, fulfilling Lucille Ball's wish to establish a public place to celebrate comedy. The museum, which was dedicated to her and her late husband and co-star in the 1950 sitcom I Love Lucy, Desi Arnaz, was renamed the Lucy Desi Center for Comedy and expanded to house the extensive exhibits of the museum, a retail component, and Desi Lou Studios consisting of the sitcom original props, costumes, and stage recreations. The project consists of the construction and equipping of a new building and open space for various comedy performances and related activities at a site adjacent to the existing Lucy Desi Center for Comedy. The proposed project site will encompass an adaptive reuse of both the Erie-Lackawanna train station in Jamestown, which is an Art Deco building on the National Historic Registry that recently underwent a $12 million restoration, and a former electric public utility building, along with construction of a new connecting building to provide the necessary total square feet of exhibit space. The project will create the world-class, year-round, nationally unique comedy center, which will feature a year-round attraction and calendar of live programming celebrating the comedic art form. The Comedy Center will attract upwards of 122,000 visitors annually, resulting in an estimated $23 million in local tourism revenues. The proposed NMTC financing is generally consistent with the ESNMC strategy proposed to the CDFI fund. The financing fits well with the strategy in that the project will revitalize a highly distressed, non-metropolitan community, is catalytic to the redevelopment of the Jamestown downtown area, and will allow ESNMC to structure its qualified low-income community investments as non-real estate, as the proceeds will be utilized for financing equipment. In addition, the project's community outcomes are compelling and are consistent with ESNMC's NMTC application and community outcome objectives. The City of Jamestown Planning Commission has completed an environmental review of the proposed project pursuant to the requirements of the State Environmental Quality Review Act and the implementing regulations of the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. The review found the project to be a Type 1 action which would have no significant effect on the environment. The City of Jamestown Planning Commission issued a negative declaration on June 16, 2015. ESD staff, on behalf of ESNMC, reviewed the negative declaration and supporting materials and concurs. It recommended that the directors make a determination of no significant effect on the environment. The directors are requested to authorize the adoption of the proposed general project plan and the allocation of up to $11 million in New Markets tax credits, and to make a determination of no significant effect on the environment. Thank you.
Thanks, John Evan. I want to ask Liz a question. I'm looking at the beautiful people in that room, and I get the feeling that only a couple may have ever watched I Love Lucy.
I think I've watched every episode about 3 or 4 times at least.
I love Lucy.
And we're not gonna ask for a show of hands, but we are going to tell each of you that may not have seen I Love Lucy to Google it or whatever people do to find great programming. John Evan, you said it. This is going to be catalytic in the transformation of a very, very important upstate city, Jamestown. And as everybody knows, we all at ESD have worked hard on phase 2 of the Buffalo Billion, with Howard rolling it out with the governor 10 days ago in Buffalo during the State of the State address here. And this is a very critical part of the Buffalo Billion Phase 2, and I'm thrilled that we're acting on it today. I don't have any questions at all. Do either of my colleagues have any comments or questions I'd like to offer?
I was just going to say, ever since I've heard about this project, I've found it very exciting. I've heard people only speak very positively about it. I think it fits very nicely in addition to the Downtown Revitalization Initiative investment, where Jamestown was deemed the winner, and I think it said the catalytic investment. It's very exciting, and I'm glad to vote on it today.
All right, do we have any comments from the public? Hearing none, I want to entertain a motion to approve this item.
Seconded.
I'll move it.
Oh, excuse me. Seconded.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. And it was a quick agenda. Thank you, everyone, for participating. And if there's no other business, may I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. The meeting is adjourned. Thanks, folks. Great job.
Thanks, Dan.